Hey everybody, welcome back to my layout. This video will be a review and test of the HO scale Athearn Genesis SD70ACU. The model we're going to be looking at in this video is the 7021. This unit has a one-of-a-kind paint scheme. This was a military tribute unit done by CP, and it's the Army Arid regions paint scheme. This model came factory equipped with DCC and sound, featuring a Soundtraxx Tsunami II decoder and LED lighting. Alright, let's take an up-close look at some of the detail on this model. You can see one road-specific detail here on the rear pilot is the dual CP train lines. That's prototypical. Alright, now that we've had a look at the detail on this model, let's put it on the scale and see what it weighs in at. .678 grams. It's 23.9 ounces. That is a very heavy engine. For context, the Dash 9 that I reviewed last month was 622 grams. So they got it even more, and it is a longer frame on this one, so it makes sense that it would be a bit heavier, but 678, that's right up there with some of the heaviest locomotives I've ever weighed. The heaviest one I've ever weighed is the SD90 Mac H from Athearn Genesis, which weighed in at 714 grams, so this guy's right up there with that 90 Mac H. Alright, now let's take a look and see if this unit can take all that weight and put it to the drawbar with a push-pull test. Alright, just like all the other reviews, we'll do 3 tests and we'll take an average. Starting with the drawbar pull test. $120 grams. $120. And 120 grams. That's pretty consistent. 120 grams drawbar pull capability. That translates to 4.23 ounces. Okay, let's flip it around and see what it can do on the drawbar push. $130. $105. And 105. So that averages out to 113.3 grams, 3.99 ounces. So it can pull a little bit more than it can push. Alright, now we'll hop back down to track level and we'll take a listen to some of the sound features included with this model. Alright, here's a quick overview of the sound decoder function assignments that's included in the manual. You can pause it here if you want to take a quick read through these. We'll get down to track level now and we'll take a listen to them, and I'll just cycle through the functions starting at 1 and we'll go all the way up, and I'll put on the screen which buttons I'm pressing as we go. Alright, now that we've had a listen to the sound, let's take a look at the lighting features and the LEDs included with this model. So F0 is the headlights, 5 is the ditch lights, and 6 is the number boards. Ditch lights are super bright, a bit brighter than the headlight in person, and the number boards got a little bit of light bleed there, but all in all it's pretty nice lighting. Let's take a look at the dimmer feature for the headlight. Alright, we'll spin it around and take a look at the rear lighting. Alright, just like the prototype, it's got rear ditch lights, so let's take a look at the rear headlights first. And the ditch lights. Again, really nice and bright. Quite a bit brighter than the headlight in person. And does it dim? Yeah, it does dim in reverse. Really nice bright LED lights on this guy. Alright guys, to sum this model from Athearn Genesis up, it's absolutely fantastic model. Going back to the detail, for this unit alone, I mean, it's got the rear ditch lights, the raised walkways, dual train lines, the air bracket on the front truck, the K3 horn, CP style plow, and the PTC antenna, which is really detailed, that PTC antenna on the roof. And then just this paint job, I think I'm a little bit biased because I really like the way that CP did these military tribute units. I mean, they put a ton of research into the actual military paint schemes and then how to apply them to a locomotive based on how the actual military applies paint to their equipment. So I just thought CP did such a good job on these prototypes that I'm probably a bit biased when it comes to these models, but I mean, the Athearn did an awesome job. It says on the website that they did work with CP to make sure they got the paint right and reference the paint chips right from Canadian Pacific, the official color chips. So I think it paid off. This thing is stunning in person. The detail is just amazing. The weight, again, this thing weighing in as one of the heaviest locomotives I've ever weighed in these review and tests. So and that directly translates into really good pulling and pushing power with 120 grams of pulling ability, which is really good for an inch scale locomotive. 113 grams on the Drawbar Push. So this is the factory sounds. This is how it sounded right out of the box. I didn't do anything to it. It's still running on function 3. But the first thing I'll be doing before I put it on my layout, I'll put it on my programming track, and I'll be tweaking that equalizer quite a bit there on the Tsunami 2, which is the nice thing about it, that you can, tone down that really loud prime mover and get all the sounds where you like them, but quite loud out of the box. Not a huge deal because you can go in there and edit those settings after the fact. And the lighting, nice lighting, LEDs front and back, which is great. There's a little bit of difference in between the ditch lights and the headlights, but it's a pretty minor detail. And then a little bit of light bleed on the front number boards, but all in all, I mean, really nice lighting features. I like that the number boards are in a separate function. That's neat. Model Railroad News is going to have a full review in an upcoming issue, so watch out for that in that magazine, as well as check out in my video info. I'll include the link to Model Railroad News, as well as the link to Athearn Genesis website that's got the full detail for this specific model, and also include my full breakdown of it, including the 5-point scoring system based out of 10. So scroll down, have a look at that, and that'll wrap up this review and test. As always, thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you next time.